Don't expect an 18-inch behemoth from one day to the next. Make this Andractim DHT cream last. 2 milliliters is more than enough. Let that dry. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Don't play with it during this time. Just let everything dry. And then wear a loose pair of boxer shorts overnight so you don't transfer any of the residual DHT cream to your partner. Vigorous Steve here with the video I didn't really want to make, but you guys keep bugging me in the comment section as well as through Instagram direct messages. And I even got a couple of emails asking me to release this protocol in video format. So here we are, the how to grow your penis overnight without the use of penis pumps protocol. Yes, I didn't expect myself to be in this position, sharing my personal experience with Andractim cream and a couple other protocols which we'll discuss in this video. Don't get your hopes up. My results were kind of lackluster, but still there were results. So I have something to report and a protocol to describe. So if you're willing to undergo some of these steps, which I will discuss in this video, maybe you can expect, maybe you can expect a couple millimeters of length and girth. Before we get into it, please like the video, leave a comment for the algorithm, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you want to vote for upcoming deep dives or join the private Vigorous Q&A, which is 1 hour on Saturday before it goes public, consider joining the YouTube memberships or the Patreon memberships. Details down below. Alright, where to start? Let's just start with Andractim DHT cream, which I ran for a couple weeks when I was still on cycle. So this experiment concluded approximately 3 months ago. I did my fair share of experimentation. So this is just the final protocol which I want to discuss with you guys, which yielded some sort of result. But let's discuss a couple of fun biology facts first so you understand how penile growth is actually regulated. Serum testosterone concentrations of the mother contribute to how big the penis is going to grow during pregnancy, right? It has a regulatory role in overall size and girth of the infant. And then later on during puberty, DHT seems to regulate the further development of the penile tissue. So testosterone of your mother, you can't really regulate. So you have to choose your parents carefully. Unfortunately, that's not up to you. But from what I know from my wife's testosterone levels during her entire adulthood, I think my child is going to be well ahead of everybody else. Now, that being said, most of you guys are no longer in your adolescent years. And if you're currently an adolescent, you shouldn't be watching this video. You need to go back to Disney.com. So for all of the adults here, for all of the guys that ever ran DHT derivatives, Primabol and Masteron, Winstrol, Anavar, etc., did your penis grow to astronomical amounts? I mean, if you're applying 1 or 2 or maybe even 5 milliliters of Andractim cream on your penis, the DHT concentration that you get on a daily basis is not that significant when you compare that to systemic release and systemic levels of maybe 1,000 milligrams Primobolan per week, right? Those levels are going to be way higher. Now, unfortunately, DHT enanthate is nowhere to be found. But again, we have DHT cream in the form of Andractim, which can help with penile growth when applied locally. This is something you have to realize, right? Is it going to be a magic formula to grow your penis overnight? No, it won't, but it might help with erectile quality and the overall engorgement of your member when you're applying a couple other practices, which we'll discuss later on. It is of note that both finasteride and dutasteride have been linked to erectile dysfunction and even the shortening of a fully erect penis, because finasteride and dutasteride are 5-alpha reductase inhibitors and lower serum DHT concentrations. So keep that in mind. If you're currently on finasteride and dutasteride to prevent hair loss and you're going to apply DHT locally, keep in mind that DHT will go systemic to a certain extent and might exacerbate hair loss. And if you're currently suffering from finasteride or dutasteride erectile dysfunction, I made a video about that, detailing how to overcome that with several different practices. I'll link it at the end of this one. And for the guys who are going to try this protocol, be forewarned, I can't emphasize this enough. Don't do this under any circumstance. Don't put DHT cream on your penis before intercourse, because transvaginal absorption is a real thing. Yes, your wife, your girlfriend, your partner can actually absorb several compounds through the vagina directly. This is well documented in the scientific literature. I'll link a couple studies down below so you can research and convince yourself that this is a terrible idea. And otherwise, if you proceed with that practice, over time, your wife's genitalia, her clitoris, will get larger and larger and larger to the point she develops a penis that is bigger than yours. and then you might as well join the Ladyboy Parade over here in Thailand. So, with that out of the way, this is what I did. I administered 2 milliliters of Andractim 2.5% DHT cream on my penis before going to bed. This yields about 5 milligrams of actual DHT, so it's not that much. This would be a similar dose you would take sublingually to improve your libido, which works very well for men. I'll link those videos at the end of this one. So you'll get about 5 milligrams of net dihydrotestosterone spread out over the penis. Don't rub it on your testicles. That's something you would do for testosterone replacement therapy purposes, where you use testosterone cream on the testicles for the most bioavailable absorption possible. I would limit to the shaft and the tip of the penis only because, well, Andractim DHT cream is quite expensive, and 2 milliliters yielding 5 milligrams net DHT is more than sufficient. This way, your single tube will last a very long time. Because how much is your penis actually going to grow overnight? Don't expect an 18-inch behemoth from one day to the next. Make this Andractim DHT cream last. 2 milliliters is more than enough. Let that dry. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Don't play with it during this time. Just let everything dry. And then wear a loose pair of boxer shorts overnight so you don't transfer any of the residual DHT cream to your partner. It's as simple as that. And then overnight, you want to increase blood flow to the penis while multiple erections occur throughout the night by increasing cyclic guanosine monophosphate concentrations using a phosphodiesterase type 5 enzyme inhibitor, PDE5 inhibitor, in the form of sildenafil, vardenafil, or tadalafil. That's the Viagra, Levitra, and Cialis. Now, Viagra and Levitra have a reasonably short half-life of, let's say, 3 to 5 hours, but Cialis has a half-life of 17.5 hours. So that's for even longer than the time that you're actually asleep. So you don't have to start with the full dose of 20 milligrams, because if you're going to take Cialis before bed every single day, that is going to build up in your bloodstream due to this long half-life. So if you're going to go with Cialis, which is what I took, I would limit it to about 10 milligrams before bed on the days that you're taking DHT cream, which, let's be honest, you're going to do that every single day of the week. So it will build up. 10 milligrams Cialis before bed is more than enough. And due to its long half-life, whether you take it at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, or after midnight, it doesn't really matter because it will build up in the bloodstream anyway. So this improves blood flow to the penis. I think the combination of Cialis and DHT cream is more than sufficient to make you do a handstand when you want to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. That is what happened to me. I would have to bend so far forwards when I had to go to the bathroom. That would almost turn into a handstand across the toilet bowl, right? So expect to urinate for a very long time if you happen to wake up with a monstrous erection.